Welcome everybody to the Get Bed Podcast, a podcast for nerds. If you have a fandom, guys, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your hosts the most, myself, Spartan, Show Guy Joe, Tafara TV. Gentlemen, we have made it to another successful weekend. How are we feeling?
It's a Friday the 13th, and we all survived, so that's good.
Yep. We all survived. Nobody found a puzzle. Nobody went to a Camp Crystal Lake. Nobody called up Freddy, and nobody tried to mess with Candyman. So we're all good. Joe, about you?
I need a nap from the nap I just took.
That understandable, sir. Understandable. For that being said, guys, we are a little bit on leveled up side, so we do try to watch our language, but words do fly. At the same time, guys, we do show trailers of movies and video games that might be too intense for younger viewers, so your discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. This is a trailer overload episode, guys, mainly because we had a lot of stuff happen between Monday and Friday, especially on Thursday with the Sony State of Play. That being said, we are going to go ahead and get into the trailer, starting with Amazon Prime, because they came out the gate and we did not expect to see anything from Spider-Noir, but they did drop a teaser trailer for Nicolas Cage starring as Ben Reilly in the next upcoming Amazon Prime project. If you haven't seen it, here it is. Now, I will say this. What's really cool about Spider-Noir, they're filming it both ways. So from the look of it, you can watch it in black and white, or you can watch it in full color. That, to me, above all else, gets my attention because for anybody that's never seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or Across Spider-Verse, is where a lot of us get introduced to Nicolas Cage's Ben Reilly. But the fact they're going to give him his own series and tell his story, but they're doing it two different ways. For those that might have preferences, I like it. What say you, Tafara and Joe?
I'm curious if this is our same Ben Reilly from the movies, or if this is just a random thing that also has Nicolas Cage. I'm also curious to see if the black and white and color will be like one package, or if they're going to release them as like two separate shows, technically.
You know, it could be two separate shows. I could be wrong about that. But to be honest, that's a good question.
Just because, like, I've started watching some shows on Prime, and it'll be like, oh, here's the TV version, and then you go to a whole separate listing for, like, the full uncut or, like, director's... Like, what was the Office spinoff that came off recently? The Paper. Like, The Paper is listed twice on Amazon because there's the TV version with, like, all the stuff cut out to fit, like, 22 minutes. And then there was, like, a second listing of the same first season. And I'm curious if they're going to do that, like, for this show. Like, hey, here's the black and white season. Here's the color season. And I feel like they might throw some different cuts in there to make sure you watch both.
I think it's possible. But Joe, what say you?
I think they're doing it as you can watch it in black and white or in color. But I think impressive we're getting our own villains gallery for this rather than just focusing on another one, because we see quite a few Spider-Man villains in this. So good for them for finding their own way of making sure that they can get actual villains rather than just Nazis, because that's what he mostly fights in the comic books. A lot of this, it's either Nazis or a variation of the villains as Nazis.
I was gonna say, because this is a post World War I leading into II era Spider-Man, right?
Right.
I know it's the 1930s, so 1930s, 1940s. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he does love to drink and crave and punch Nazis.
I mean, the newest Spider-Man Noir book just fought its own version of the Swarm, except instead of bees, they were cockroaches posing as human. What was the other thing I was going to say? I doubt the Rooks going to be in this, because I believe that one of their special consultants is the original writer, and the original writer for Spider-Man Noir detests the Rubik's Cube. Like, he hates that thing. And does not want it anywhere near his character, and hates that it's become synonymous with Spider-Man Noir.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, because according to him, I think this was an old interview when they first came out about this. It's like my character is a serious, grim and gritty detective book, and they turned him into basically a joke character idiot.
Gotcha.
I feel like
He
he's.
basically said he's like what if Dick Tracy could spin webs as opposed to shoot guns.
That makes sense.
I get it.
It does make sense. But still, May 27th, not too far off from now that we'll actually get to see this. I did not see if we're getting how many episodes on this one.
I know I'll probably have to resubscribe to Amazon Prime finally. It gives me a reason to.
I was like,
I feel like that's at a good time because I feel like May will be right in the middle of Invincible and The Boys around that time as well.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not watching either of those, so that doesn't do anything for me.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah, he doesn't watch it. But at the same time, Spider-Man Noir does get an 8-episode count for its first season. So we are getting 8 episodes. They did not say if all 8 episodes will be released. So we'll just assume we get them 1 week at a time. Unless otherwise they have sat there and said that they're all dropping. Unfortunately, I didn't nearly check on that. That's my bad. So once we do get that information, we will definitely let you guys know. But let us know in the comments what you think. Because again, as we wait for the last interaction of the Spider-Verse movies, at least we're getting Ben. You know, not all bad. But move right along, guys, before we get into the Sony State of Play, which actually happened this Thursday, and at the same time was actually pretty freaking good. I was gonna lost my train of thought. My bad. News-wise, I will say this because this one is interesting because again, this is one of those nobody saw this coming situations. Jason Momoa will be starring, and I did not know this either. And again, I could be behind the loop. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. That number one, they're coming out with a Helldivers movie. Number two, Jason Momoa is going to star in it. Now, again, Jason Momoa is having a hell of a run right now. We know he's going to be playing Lobo in Supergirl. We already know that chances are he'll probably be in other DC movies as that character. But is this a slam dunk to have him in the Helldivers movie? For all those that played Helldivers, we already know it's going to be off crazy and off the wall. It may have some influence from Starship Troopers, but is this a good casting, a bad casting, or the jury's still out on this?
I feel like it works, especially with how if it's Jason Momoa doing the over brainwashed Sweet Liberty democracy. I feel like that's the most perfect thing you can get some jacked monster like him to be in, just being over the top. Because Helldivers doesn't even take itself too seriously, so I can see this being not a silly movie, but like, I don't know, especially with what they're doing right now, where apparently the automatons have officially taken over like all the media and are letting you know, like, hey, your leaders are fascist. Sign up to fight democracy now.
Yeah.
I think Jason would be perfect for this. I'm curious who else gets casted.
That is definitely I'm waiting on for too. Joe, any thoughts?
I mean, it's cool, but it makes zero sense because we do not see the faces of any characters outside of the opening commercial with the dude and his family gets ripped apart. But sure.
Fair. Like I said, all I'm sitting there saying, Justin Lin, who's directing Helldivers, Casper Van Dien is still available. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just if you want to make us smile, it's right there. That's all I'm saying. But it is coming out next fall. So I think they said it'll hit theaters November 10th, 2027. Again, Helldivers, fun to play. I kind of curious to see where they go with the movie, but we'll see. But move right along with the state of play. Before we get into the trailers, guys, I know we usually clown on Sony and just, don't always look forward to the state of play. But before we start getting into the trailers, what did y'all guys think of this one that played on Thursday?
I didn't mind it. I didn't expect the start of the year showcases to be strong. there was a few things that caught my eye. I'll be honest, I don't know where I feel like Rayman kind of just floats in like the game sphere. Like, hey, it's there,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like it's got a fandom. Like it doesn't do super sales, but it's not poor either. So when I saw the 30th anniversary collection, I'm like, right, because I feel like Rabbids kind of took off and just became their own franchise, and like they had 2 titles where they were a Rayman. Like they were a Rayman spinoff, and then I think they got like their own TV show and everything.
Yeah.
More Metal Gear stuff is coming out. I'm not surprised. I appreciate Santa Monica Studios. They, at least when they pop out, they're not wasting our time. They say, hey, here's what we're working on, and here's something you can go play right now. So
true. Although for the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, still the first one and the last one, that was different. But Joe, what about you? What say you about the state of play?
I mean, for me, there wasn't a whole lot that I was really paying attention to outside of very few things. So I'll give it at least a B because it kept me entertained. But most of that was just listening to Maximilian, dude. But like, there wasn't a whole bunch of stuff for me. There was some good gotcha moments, but overall, I just don't have the love of classic God of War that everybody else does.
That's so the only reason I'm looking at it is because like I just didn't have a PS3 during the time, so I missed the entire wave. So like when 3 came out and they had the demo in Blockbuster, and I'm just like, I feel like I just missed that whole era. So if they're fully remaking it, that's why I was like, all right, this gives me a chance to like jump into it finally. And I feel like they're gonna add extras because I feel like the fact that we still don't fully know how Kratos got to the Norse mythology is on purpose.
Yeah. I mean that was the one thing, because like I said, when they started talking about the God of War news, I was hyped because number one, I was hoping for a remaster, which is kind of going to our next trailer now that I think about it. But other news,
Actually, no, Joe, do you have anything else for the?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying the only 2 things that really got me hyped was the Star Wars Racer and Legacy of Kain. But like, I was excited for Tissue and they isometric stealth action game. It's like, oh. So,
I was going to ask you about that. How you felt about?
I'm elated they remember Tenshu, because I mean, when we tried bringing Tenshu back under the guise of Assassin's Creed Shadows, it didn't do that great, but it came. It was fine, but if I went stabby, I got Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yote.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm pretty much going to just echo what you guys are saying, because I was around for God of War, loved every bit of that news. A lot of it, like I said before, they gave us a lot of release dates on games we were expecting. Some games were really surprising, and a project, again, which we're going to go into because everybody's referencing as the Family Guy chicken, and you'll understand why once we get there.
I was so glad it wasn't just me, because the amount of people I kept seeing in the chat making Family Guy jokes, and I'm like, all right, so I'm not crazy. Like, this is because apparently they've killed him off officially. So I'm like, he reincarnated into what Black Myth Cluckong, apparently.
Pretty much.
But I thought it was Mort the Chicken too.
I don't know. I went straight.
That's the secret ending. That's the secret ending you've been playing. Is Mort the Chicken the one from the PlayStation 1 where you were like fighting cubes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't imagine that. Cool. I've been meaning to repurchase that because I played that when I was a child, and I'm just like, what is this game? And now an adult me is like, hey, you know what? At some point, we're gonna figure out what the hell we were doing.
Very much. But no, state of play as far as I to agree with you guys. Same way, pleasantly surprised, couldn't knock it. There was a lot of trailers that were talked about, even though we're only going to go over a handful of them, but bear with us. We're going to start with the first one because, number one, this made me happy. At the same time, it brought back a person that really deserved to be right back in the spotlight as the first voice of Kratos. During the state of play, we did get the announcement that we are getting a God of War trilogy, but we are getting a remaster. And yes, that guy is coming back.
Your son has returned. Hey, what's happening? What's happening, fam? It is OGTC, the original God of War. How y'all doing today? I'm so glad you're hanging out, and I want you to know as we close out this last few months of the God of War's 20th anniversary, I'm thrilled to bring you some exciting news about the series today. Now look, we are happy and excited to finally confirm that the Greek trilogy remake is now in development. Yeah, man. I know. Sit down. Now look, this project is still in the early stages, so it'll be a minute before we get back to share another update, right? But I'm telling you, next time we come back, we coming with something big, baby. Yeah. So, closing, I want to say thank you. Thank you all for your patience. You've been waiting. So thank you for your patience. But most of all, I want to thank you all for supporting this God of War franchise all these years. Appreciate you. Peace.
Now, of course, also what was announced, again, this was kind of a split because TC Carson did announce that in the meantime, there was a game that was also released on the same day, God of War Sons of Sparta, which is now available on PlayStation Network. It's about $30. I have got it, downloaded it. I'm actually going to play it. Well, sometime.
I heard there's couch co-op in the side scroll. I think you have to unlock it, but there's a 2-player mode in that now.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I'm completely okay with that.
So what is it, like the story of just Kratos the Spartan before he even became the God of War?
So yeah, this is basically the story of basically him as a Spartan warrior before he becomes a great general. So this is pretty much the prequel. So it's like, because someone's trying to explain like what doesn't make any sense, because where there's chains of Olympus come into place and ascension and things of that nature. I said it's all at the beginning, because this takes place before Ascension. This takes place before the first God of War. This is basically just Kratos as a young Spartan warrior doing his own adventures, which I'm looking forward to see how they do it, because that's all uncharted territory. You can tell any story up until the point to where he has that inevitable, that desperate plea to Ares. But no, like I said, $30 on PlayStation now, on PlayStation Network right now. I'm definitely gonna play it, probably gonna stream it along with the other backlogs I got going on right now. But it's just really cool to see TC Carson come back and reprise his role as Kratos. And at the same time, I want to make this point out. For all those that don't understand between remake and remaster. Remaster means they are just basically upping the graphics, hopefully tweaking a little bit of the code, making the performance a lot easier. That's a remaster. A remake is the reason why I should really be excited about remakes is they can basically take that canvas and redo it. Now, for a lot of y'all wondering, well, what does God of War need to redo differently? I'm not saying they're going to tweak the story. I wouldn't be surprised if they tweak the story. But at the same time, they may add content and they may perfect content. I know for a lot of us during the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 eras, you remember there were some glitchy times in God of War that drove you nuts. I will testify to no end on that. But not only that, they can add more story to it. And like Tafara said, I don't think they're going to explain. I don't want them to explain. Sometimes a little mystery is great. I don't want them to explain how we got from God of War 3 to Norse mythology in the 2018 God of War. I never want them to explain it. Leave that as it is. But a remake,
really? You want to just keep that ambiguous?
I want to keep that a mystery. I'll tell you why. I want to keep that a mystery. I want to keep that a mystery because it's almost as if, how can I put this ever so nicely? It's almost like Batman finding out of his parent who killed his parents. Like, he's always known. It's always been rumored. It's always been rumored that how you ever go storyline you go about it. It's been rumored he's always known, but they never really go into it. Rumored, rumored,
no,
and I'll
he knows Joe Chill killed his parents. Like, that's never been a mystery at any point in time.
That is a storyline, and we ain't got enough time in this podcast to argue it.
No.
I was like, even Brave and the Bold kind of revealed Joe Chill, and that was like the first like on-screen.
No, Joe Chill, like, he's always known as Joe Chill. He literally fingered him with Gordon when he was a kid.
In a single storyline, and we're not going to argue it. Not much time in this podcast.
But I feel like they've talked about, or there's been, I don't know if it's been comics, but I feel like there's been stories about like Kratos going adrift, and I think the two wolves are the ones that like brought him over, or apparently all of these mythologies are just one giant flat land that separated.
They do kind of tell you in the first game when they go to like Kratos' treasure trove, because we see he went to Japan for a hot second too.
Yeah, on the tapestries, yes.
If anything, I think they're going to cut content. Most specifically, they're going to censor the shit out of this, remove all the sex games.
I hope to God not. And I don't mean that. And I don't mean that as far as the sex games. It was already over the. It was already
all combat. It's nothing but sex games, because that's what Rome was like at that point.
Somebody said press circle this time in 4K.
Yes.
And then Santa Monica. I like that they're at least in touch with the fandom, because Santa Monica Studios, if you see the Instagram, it's like they did the meme. They took all the people saying, "Do the remake of My Life Is Yours."
They you know what? This is how you know Santa Monica Studios loves their fans, because they ran with that. Announced God of War remakes of My Life Is Yours. I just want Santa Monica to go, and we're here to collect.
Santa Monica, your fans have returned, and we bring with us money for the remakes. Yeah, see, I love a studio that's at least in touch with the people that they are entertaining.
Yeah.
Because last time we saw them, we got Valhalla like right after the showcase ended. So I'm like, thank y'all. And also I'm glad that like that photo with TC Carson and Chris Judge wasn't just like, hey, no, these guys, they're voice actors. Okay, there's a reason like we're together. And TC is actually doing the voice in Sons of Sparta, apparently. So
yeah.
So to play into the meme, I gotta ask, is this what you Kingdom Hearts fans are missing? They don't want your souls, they just want you to come with money.
Maybe, but like the money is different. But literally, this is a meme for every fandom. Sega remake the Sega remake the first two Sonic Adventures in My Life.
Maybe if you come to them with Disney bucks, they'll do it.
I was trying to avoid Tafari, but I was like, dang.
Maybe. I didn't have my hopes up for Kingdom Hearts, but then I got people like, oh, Sonic fans are in a drought. I'm like, maybe. Are you insane? We have like Super Monkey Ball and Tangle and Whisper got a voice. You know how rare of a moment that is for like. First off, you guys
are like in a Sonic cornucopia at this point.
Yeah, because it's like I'm okay with a game, but it's different when all of your media is getting attention. So when it's like the comic books are doing good, there's an audio podcast that's actually very interesting, because I don't really do audio dramas, but the Chaotix Case Files is kind of hilarious. And like it's kind of a cool moment when your character gets voiced for the first time, because I didn't know who the hell Tangle and Whisper were till like 6 months ago. So now that I'm here for them getting their first game appearance in like 2 weeks, on top of getting their first like voice lines, which shout out to Anites, who also does Mirko and My Hero, and a few other voice plays Yoruichi's younger sibling in Bleach, and is the tan girl in Don.
I have seriously not seen two characters that beloved in the Sonic fandom since they introduces Knuckles' future daughter.
See, Joe, you bring that up, and Safari kind of already beat you to it, though.
Yeah, because somebody's like, hey, I'm sacrificing it. I will give everyone's soul on Twitter if we get a Kingdom Hearts trailer. And it's like, all right, well, you didn't get it. So
that's called a segue, so that we show the skit.
Oh, my bad. You did. You know who I am. Let's pretend I don't. You're a Kingdom Hearts fan, right? Oh, come on, really? Yep, let's go. Hey, why me? You know why, but since you want to play dumb, every time one of these little game showcases happen, someone in the fandom bets all of your souls on a trailer you ain't getting. Now, to be nice, I do it at random, but this time, your number's up. Let's bounce. Am I going to heaven or hell? Man, I don't know. Y'all do this so often. There's a queue up there now, and I can only grab so many souls at a time. I'm just here to escort y'all to the line.
I mean, dang.
Should have ended this with the Family Guy thing. It's like, so what's heaven like? Not a lot of chairs.
I was like, I saw Tafari pull that up. I was like, God, he works fast.
I was like, do I save it for the next day? I was like, nah, let me get this out now because I don't know. I'm going to be shifting around in the next 24 hours here, so get as much done before I lose the battle station.
I was like, God dang, Tafari works fast. But overall, God of War remake is slated. They haven't said when, but let's be honest, we're probably about a year out from now, so probably look for this in 2026. I'm sorry, 2027, not 2026. My bad. Either way, it looks like it's going to be a fun time. But moving right along, we did get talk of Metal Gear Solid, like we talked about. They are coming out with a Master Collection Volume 2 with Peace Walker and Guns of the Patriots. I will say this really quickly. Konami, you can just give us the entire PSP run of Metal Gear and we'll be happy because that's a great story in itself. Just giving us Peace Walker and not the other two games, I do not understand it. Don't get me wrong. Guns of the Patriots, fun, but that's the ender. We would still love to play as Snake before he becomes Big Boss, before he truly becomes Big Boss. I'm sorry, that's wrong. Basically, before he becomes the enemy in 5. So we can at least get some ground zero storyline. But again, I understand you can only put so much on the game because that's why you man look for, Joe. What's to look for? You're muted.
I was saying, don't worry about it because if I say what I'm thinking, that's basically a huge spoiler for Metal Gear 5.
At this point, who still hasn't? You know what? We warned everybody.
I haven't because I'm just not going to.
Oh,
but even though I know what the actual thing is.
I thought you were going to sit there and say, "Oh, the spoiler." I'm like, "Oh, go on and say it," because by now.
Because Naked Snake and Poison Snake are two different snakes. They're not the same dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ended up going on a deep dive on that recently. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense because, like,
yeah. Go ahead.
Now that was it. I was like, okay, the whole he's not him and this is him and that guy's that person, and it turns into the Mr. Meeseeks. He dragged me into this, so I'm only in this because he dragged me into this. And I'm like, all right, I kind of get it now because I remember watching my cousins play. I don't know if it was the second or the third one. Was like, hey, yeah, you're not Snake anymore. Your name's Raiden. It's like we just got the game. What do you mean we're not the name? We're not the main character anymore? Right. And then why are we being named something else? But yeah, that it was all a little confusing, but I get it now with all of that. And you think they would have made that like some of the skins for Smash Brothers because we only play as like one version of Snake, knowing all that. But then at the same time, it's like I don't know. And then I remember there was like what 2 or 3 Metal Gear 5s that came out at the same time, and one was not so liked. I remember
Survive. Because it was actually it was 2. It was Phantom Pain and Metal Gear Survive.
I do think that we are getting Ghost Babel in this, which is the Game Boy Color game, which everybody thought was just a remake. And then the more you play, the more you pay attention to the dialogue, the more you realize this is technically the direct prequel to Metal Gear Solid 2 because this is Jack doing the Metal Gear Solid VR virtual missions in the game.
Yeah. So like I said, it's one of those things to where I think Konami could have done this better. I leave it alone with that. But
Konami doesn't make games anymore. The fact that we even got a Castlevania is amazing.
Can't argue that. But they did actually introduce another game in between Metal Gear Solid that basically if you ever want to be an octopus on a sneaky mission, this is up your alley. this is Darwin's Paradox. And Tafari, anything you want to add to it before we start playing the trailer?
I fully thought this was an Octodad spinoff. If anybody remembers that game from like 15 years ago,
I do.
I was like, this has to be like a spiritual successor, right? Or like some random side game they're selling with Metal Gear pre-orders, and it's like, no, there's a Metal Gear collab in it, but that's about it. You were just a octopus or squid just creeping through places.
Pretty much. But for all those that haven't seen it, here is the trailer for Darwin's Paradox. All right, so that was the trailer for Darwin's Paradox. As you can see, going to be available on PS5. You can pre-order now as the game does come out this April 2nd, 2026. It's a fun little game. It kind of gives me a little bit of Sly Cooper, like you were talking about Tafari, a little bit of Octodad. I give it a shot just to see what it looks like when it comes out. But what do you guys think?
I mean, I feel like April 2nd, Darwin's Pair. Yeah, I'm curious to see what this is going to be. But, fun, childish game. Like, this is like peak PlayStation activity right here. Yeah, and I'm very grateful for the amount of games that dropped or announced they're coming out with demos yesterday. I don't know if this is going to be one of them. But I'm like, yeah, thank you for like remembering people want to test the stuff before they actually like spend money on it.
Actually,
oh yeah, okay, this does have it. So this is one of the ones I'm when I get my PlayStation back in a couple days. It's somewhere through the world of FedEx. Let's see. Yeah, when I get that back in a couple days, probably gonna download this and run through a couple other demos and just see what is out there.
Yeah, makes sense. Joe, what say you about Darwin's Paradox?
Kind of gives me Oddworld Abe's Odyssey vibes more than anything else.
Yeah, that makes sense. I still want to give it a shot though when it comes out. It does look pretty fun to play. In the meantime, speaking of PlayStation, just to give us a little bit of a break before we go into trailers, we do know that also from the state of play that the next games that will be coming to the PlayStation Plus catalog for February, I believe starting February 17th. So not too far off from now. I think today's the 13th, because I should know that. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So we're actually 3 days away from these games actually being released. So the games that will be coming to PlayStation Plus very soon: Spider-Man 2, highly critically acclaimed style Spider-Man 2. It's probably, now I'm not gonna be honest with you. I have yet to complete Spider-Man 2. I'm actually looking forward to actually playing it and finishing that. But from what I've heard, I think Tafari, you played it, and Joe, you played it, right? Am I wrong?
Was that a soundbite or did someone just text you?
Someone tried to message me something.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I was like,
I played it. I love this game to death. The only thing that makes no sense to me is Miles' final costume with the Killmonger haircut. But other than that, fantastic.
Tamar, did you play too?
Yes, I liked it for Miles. I liked Miles. Somebody said a lot of Miles' side quest resulted into like a complete episode of Degrassi, kind of. But I feel like his missions were more impactful in his own game. I liked what they did with the story. I liked how they worked the whole Venom aspect in there with, Oscorp, Craven, and his Dale Gribble pocket sand clearing the Sinister Six doesn't always sit right with me. And clearly we were supposed to get more, but people had to go and be assholes about it. So the game was fun. It's definitely worth the money you pay for it. I specifically waited till the bundle came out with the PS5 to pick up my console. So did you get the same thing, Joe, or no?
Oh no, I'm just saying that Spider-Man's always a console mover. It was the reason I got the PlayStation 3 was Web of Shadows, and PlayStation 4 was the reason I got Spider-Man. Or I got Spider-Man. The reason I got my PlayStation 4 was for Spider-Man 1. This is just no different. I just already had the PlayStation 5 by the time Spider-Man 2 came out.
That was it. I got the that was like the last major Christmas sale they had for the 4. I got the $200 1 terabyte bundle where it came with like, what was it? Came with God of War, Last of Us, and Horizon. And then it was like Spider-Man Game of the Year edition for $20 with all the DLC. And I'm like, you know what? Why not? PS5 came out, and I was like, I know they're gonna do another Spider-Man bundle, so I'll wait. Sure enough, I got the game console. I've had a lot of fun. I don't get why we're doing this new thing where New Game Plus isn't an option like on release. I don't know why that's even like an update we have to do. I don't know why that's not just coded on to the game initially. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, Ghost of Yote gives it to you.
Yeah. I feel like Ghost is like made to do multiple run throughs.
It really is.
You do one run in Japanese and the other one in English.
Yeah, and then you have and this game was like Web of Shadows on crack, basically. This whole with everything going on, but then we get a lot of stuff being like left open, like everything with Wraith, the potential Carnage leading, the Chameleon, who I was hoping to learn more about this episode or this game. Craven's family, I guess, who we're never gonna meet now.
Well, they did.
Clearly, I'm like, you made us go through all of that for like people who aren't even here anymore. Also, what kind of family did you raise?
Okay. Well, also besides Spider-Man 2, we have Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I'm gonna be honest, never played this game. Looks like a racing sim, so you can't really go wrong with that. Also, this game Neva. I'm gonna be honest. We saw this game a while back on the Video Game Awards, if memory serves me right. I want to try this out. Never really got the chance to. Kind of glad this is coming out because I really want to play this game because it just visually looks great. But really want to get into it. But I'm glad that's coming to the PS5.
The other reason they're doing it is because the prologue video game it was in the direct.
Say it one more time, Joe. You broke up.
The prequel was in the direct. Neva Beginnings or something. It was, I believe.
I'll take your word for it. I don't remember. It probably could be, but I don't remember. Also, this one, A Season Letter to the Future. Don't really know about this one. Looks like it's a third-person atmospheric adventure bicycle road trip game. Could be fun for all those that might be into that type of thing. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin will be coming to the PlayStation Collection. Again, if you're a Monster Hunter fan like me, you're basically collecting games and backlogging at this point, but still want to be able to play this when it comes out because, again, Monster Hunter is never a bad time. Joe, have you played Stories 2, Wings of Ruin?
Played both of them because I think one is also on here as well.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, this saved me $23 because I was going to buy them this week, and then I saw that this was coming. Yeah, they're really pushing Monster Hunter Stories right now. For the upcoming 3, Capcom actually went and paired up with Japanese virtual idol group Hololive and had one of their English VTubers, Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame,
Gotcha.
do a 9-minute story recap for both 1, 2, and lead into 3.
Okay. Well, that's
So they're
good to know.
really pushing it.
Well, that's good to know that both of them be available. That's cool. Vinba is a narrative cooking
Remember
game.
this? This was like a cooking game to a degree, like an adventure cooking game that was very big because it was like entirely Middle Eastern or Indian based.
That's cool. I can't knock that. Looks like Echoes of the End Enhanced Edition. Never really heard of this.
I want to say I have, but I just don't remember where from.
I'll say, is this a franchise? I feel like Echoes is a title we've seen before.
Good, better. I really don't remember. Let's see. Playing as powerful prestige, born with a affinity for ancient magic. Her brother is captured by an Oh, okay. No, I remember this. This was
heard of it.
This was a year and a half ago. I never played this because it was one of the trailers. It was one of the trailers we went over a year and a half ago, and I never played this. But now I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to actually give this a shot when it comes out. Rugby 25 for all you rugby fans out there, or if you're just interested in just watching people run over each other, can't go wrong with that. It looks like on the PlayStation Plus premium side of the game, you do get Wall-E as an additional game. So I can't really speak on this one. I can speak on the movie, but not the video game. Fellas, have y'all played it?
This is kind of when I started to fall off of the Disney game tie-ins. I think the last one I got was Toy Story 3, and that one I think is because it came with my PS2 Slim.
All right, fair enough. But that's all the games that will be available come February the 17th. I have got to get more space on my PlayStation because there are some games I will be downloading just to give those a shot. But yeah, not a bad lineup actually. But move right along, we have to get to the Family Guy reference. Why the Family Guy reference? Because if you're watching State of Play, there was something that came up called Project Windless. And just like Tafari said, it did give you Black Myth Wukong vibes. You'll know it when we play it. Here's a trailer.
We are the children of water, born of the goddess. You filthy creatures, faithless, soulless, unclean. This world was never yours to keep. How dare you stand in the way of purity, little king?
All right. So that was the trailer for Project Windless. As you can see, really, Bama just had to beat us to the punch on that one, huh? Just had to beat us to the punch.
I mean, I think that's one of the working titles they're not going to go with, but all right.
Right. I think they're going to avoid that one. But yes, we were talking about that's the reason why we bring up the Family Guy chicken, because like you died off of Family Guy, that apparently you got reincarnated in Black Myth Wukong territory, and went on a rageful vengeance quest. We don't actually have a lot of Project Windless right now. Like I said, this is kind of in the same vein as Black Myth Wukong, because when Black Myth Wukong was being done by Game Science, remember it was a concept until it actually got some steam, and then from there it became a game, and then that's why we're getting the next Black Myth very soon. But if we get a murder chicken game, I'm just gonna call it murder chicken. If we get a murder chicken game, I'm playing it. But what say you guys?
I'm curious to see what the story is on this. They have my attention. Dynasty Warriors Chicken Edition.
Chicken Boo finally snapped.
Yeah, like Heavenly Sword, but chicken skinned this time with the dual blades.
Hey, Laney.
Hey, Laney. I don't know what's going on here or why it's a chicken going full Kratos.
Right.
But yeah, this is interesting. I hope they drop a demo. I'll at least play it and see what it's about.
Yep, I definitely want to see. But Joe, what say you? As you muted, sir.
Oh, we're asking my opinion?
Yeah.
Chicken Boo.
just summed up in one word, 2 words.
He's a chicken, I tell you, a giant chicken. A giant chicken game I will not be playing.
Yeah, Bama, that's not going to happen either. But no, I got to see how this is going to play out. That looks like that's going to be interesting as well. But yeah, I can't knock it. I'm definitely going to be playing that. Speaking of games that we're probably all going to be playing, though, Avatar Legends the Fighting Game did show us their next character reveal. Fan favorite if you haven't seen it. Here's the trailer.
You ready for a royal butt whooping, sad boy? Are you tough enough to stop the rock? There you are. This is the real deal. Can't fight it anymore. I win!
The more I see more of this trailer, the more I see this game, the more I really am kind of amped to play it. That was Avatar Legends, the fighting game. We actually got to see Toph's introduction. As you can see, guys, it'll be out summer 2026. You can get it on Steam, Nintendo Switch 1, 2, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. Fellas, what are we thinking about the latest introduction to the fighting game?
So were y'all not able to make it into State of Play? Like, did y'all not afford to have the money to like get a slot? Because the fact that this dropped 20 minutes after State of Play did was just hilarious to me.
Right.
It felt like Paramount was like, and here's our stuff.
They really did.
I'm not mad at an Avatar fighter. It's just I saw how abysmal the last Avatar game was, and the fact that there was like no marketing around it. I'm skeptical.
I am, but the game itself from the trailers just looks really, really smooth. But Joe,
you know who she is, don't you?
Huh?
You know who she plays like, right?
Oh,
She's Argonos from Killer Instinct.
didn't put that together, but I can see it now.
The
I
giant
don't-
wall that traps them in and then
Yeah,
starts
I
doing
see.
combos off the wall.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I just didn't put it together, but yeah, I mean, that's
The only
kind
thing
of.
I don't really like is her ultimate super, but that's just me.
Mhm. But
Other than that, she looks terrifying.
true, but it does. I'm like I said, with the Avatar Fighting Legends, it just looks like it's going to shape to be a solid game. So, still want to give it a shot when it comes out. But speaking of things that didn't get a shot before they even made it to production, and I hate to say this because not to beat a dead horse, TMT, the last Ronin movie, which we already know Paramount, the ever so wise people at Paramount canceled the movie. We could have had the original April O'Neil come back in this movie. It has been said that Judith Hogue, who actually played the original April O'Neil in the first, second, and third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies from long ago, says she was contacted to basically reprise her role in the last Ronin movie. And to quote Tafari, "You effing cowards."
Yeah, I mean, because she's I mean, I wasn't sure where she stood with the whole franchise.
Mhm.
Because the one I owned on tape was, what was it, Turtles in Time, whatever the random third one is, where they get sent to like feudal China for some reason.
Yeah, that was back in time.
Yeah. But yeah, having her back as like a gritty, I have seen some shit, older April O'Neil, who's also a parent in a post-apocalyptic world, that would have been great, man. I think she would have been a perfect fit for that. I also like that they shelved officially means canceled and dead in the water. We're not even sugarcoating it anymore. Like, I'm just tell me that the game is not coming out at this point, because that trailer is still up there just collecting dust.
Pretty much. But I mean, it's a golden opportunity. I'm like, come on now. The last Ronin, again, if you haven't seen the story, if you haven't read the story, I think it's a great story, which would have made for a great game, would have made for a great movie. But the fact that we were actually go back and bring in the original cast would have been great. But again, Paramount. Joe, anything you want to add to it?
It sucks, but the movie would not have sold well because it would have locked out its key demographic. We keep forgetting that. Like, yes, the movie would have made for us, but your key demographic every single time for Turtles is 10 to 12-year-olds, and they cannot go see an R-rated film.
I could counter argue and say the last Ronin really wasn't meant for kids.
That's the point.
But that's what I'm getting at. The last Ronin wasn't meant for kids, so
Which is why it would not make a successful movie and would not be made.
I will agree to disagree on that one, because that's one of the more beloved stories. That's one of the more beloved stories.
But it would still lock out the key demographic you want for a Turtles movie.
Well,
I feel like it'd be a way of taking a chance, kind of like how Disney let Deadpool be Deadpool. I feel like it'd be a good way to test the waters on what stories you can tell.
Deadpool is not meant for children. Deadpool is not meant for 10 to 12-year-olds.
I know, but he's also but the fact that he's like they let him be a marketed next MCU chapter versus just hey, that movie is also out. Like, even with the in-canon Disney jokes, I think Last Ronin would have been a good testing ground. I think the game should have dropped first, see how that does, then see, okay, we could at least maybe either do, if not a movie, limited series, something.
Limited series, I got like zero arguments against. But as we learned I don't mean to interrupt. I'm saying I definitely agree with you on the limited series, but the best evidence I can give you is the original Ninja Turtles movie, which was based off the comic. which was more violent than anything else.
Fair.
And then it did great. It was the highest grossing indie production movie of all time, but they didn't get more money. And then studios immediately interfered, and we got Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, which was just a live action version of the cartoon.
But my thing is,
did people not like Secret of the Ooze? Because they keep putting that shit back in theaters,
no, because it's so totally different from the first one. The first one is definitely the original Laird and whatchamacallit comic.
Yeah.
The second one is very much a live action Ninja Turtles animated cartoon.
it's just I say it like this: the
It
reason
would
why
not have sold gangbusters because you're again shutting out your primary audience.
I will say it like this: it would have been your point would have made more. Your point would have been completely fine, but the basis is already there. Like, okay, I know I've said this before on other things that were geared toward. Toward younger demographics, because toys, merch, that all goes along with it. Can't argue that. I will say at some point, a chance has got to be taken on darker storytelling.
So let me counterpoint that with 3 words: Thundercats remake.
Which one? Because that last one on Cartoon Network did not deserve that.
Because again, I'm saying and I say darker, I mean, because Thundercats, that's just like Silverhawks. I can go on a whole thing about why Silverhawks should not need a remake.
But the whole point of the argument is, if it's made for us and told darker, we'll go out and see it. The Thundercat remake with Wilfred Ellis Lino was darker, was meant for the original fans, didn't last long.
That whole era of Cartoon Network deserved so much better, because them Symbiotic Titan and all this, like, oh, we were trying to sell toys. I'm like, you didn't market the shit at all. You just said, hey, here's like darker, grittier cartoons with some people.
And that's the thing.
I didn't even know Symbiotic
equate to money making.
I did not. I mean, I didn't know how heavy we were leaning on toy sales for those shows. I also didn't know that, because they had a Fantastic Four show that was out around that time that was actually like totally different, and I really liked
that. Was
too.
on Nickelodeon. That was a whole different like.
But my thing is, it's just like, okay, The Last Ronin is always you can't put The Last Ronin and sit there and say you can't make it into a movie, you can't make it into a game, so it stays in public. It just stays in writing.
You could maybe go kind of Predator Badlands with it, maybe, and try to get that PG-13 rating, keep all the carnage, but since we're mostly fighting cyborgs,
right?
Potentially, maybe PG-13, but I think it needs to be on screen in some way. Paramount Plus 6-episode series. If
I'll even concede to a television series.
I would fully concede to a television series, but it's never going to be a movie because it is going to not keep out its primary audience.
The game
should have, miniseries, that thing will do gangbusters.
The game should have dropped as a testing ground, and I'm pretty sure it's just dust in the wind. Like,
did that get formally canceled, or is the game still happening?
There's been no updates. We got a trailer, and there has been 0 updates on it since.
Yeah, so right now the best way to say it's in limbo.
In the Secret of the Ooze, they weren't allowed to use their weapons until the final battle, right?
Correct. Yeah. Also, keep in mind that that Super Dark 2014 finale also was internet only because they refused to show it on air. The one where it was like the Mad Max Super Future, and like Raphael was riding around in the turtle wagon with the skull of Casey Jones as his gear shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, because I'm going through that series now, and I'm like, feels like y'all.
That series is dark as shit sometimes.
Because I just got through season 4, and I'm like, okay, I can tell this is where you guys got booted to Nicktoons, and nobody was checking to see what y'all did. Because like once you get booted off of Nickelodeon and they put you on Nicktoons, it's very clear they stop giving a shit and they just let you do whatever. Because I'm watching, people are getting like losing body parts and having limbs cut off and getting gouged, and The way the way they beat the dog shit out of Splinter like 3 episodes in a row. He's having all these hallucinations.
No, Bama. 2014 Turtles. This no.
The
one in
2012.
between.
Yeah, this is
no. Yeah, no. 2014.
the 3D cartoon, right?
Yeah, that's 2014 Turtles.
Yeah.
So that one I think is actually the 2012 Turtles. I think 2014 is the
Is it?
Rise. Yeah, Rise is the 2014 that came out like right after it. But I'm in like season 5, and I'm like, did y'all just green like this and not check to see what else was happening? Because they were done. They like beheaded Shredder at the end and everything, and Shredder was basically strung out on ooze.
No, Rise is 2018 to 2020.
Was it? Or maybe that one ended around 2014-ish.
Give or take.
I just know once they had what's his name step down and Seth Green came in to take over as Leo, I was like, all right, weird change, but I'll take it. But yeah, once I saw Tiger Claw get his arm taken off and like Shredder was strung out on ooze and got decapitated, and it's like, here's a 5th season. It's like, did y'all check season 4? Because like they're kind of done, and then y'all just gave them 20 more episodes of random shit to do.
Pretty much.
And even then, it was that season was brutal, and it gets, I can tell it gets darker, but yeah, once they have those internet only episodes of Nickelodeon shows, I'm like, I can tell y'all stop caring about what they're making, but you kept giving them episodes. So they're like, we're just gonna push this envelope until y'all tell us to stop.
Yep. But with that being said, yes.
No,
Paramount
2012 Turtles ended in 2017. Bama.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, they had a good run, and then it just like, I feel like Rise came and went, and I feel like I'm still trying to get through it on Netflix right now.
Well, either way, we're still blaming
Rise
Paramount.
also had a super dark, right? Even Rise also had a super dark finale with that Utrom Invasion movie.
Yeah, I need to. That's what I want to get to that, but I'm like, I know I can't just jump into it. I got like the first 6 episodes of season 1.
Still,
They had such great turtles and such great animation in Rise.
But still, F Paramount, because I'm sorry, y'all are cowards. Right up there with Ubisoft. You could have gave us a Civil War Assassin's Creed. You effing cowards. But that being said, we are going to move on to Lucasfilms, as we did get an updated view of Star Wars Galactic Racer and a release date. If you haven't seen it, here's a trailer.
Star Wars Burnout.
I'll be honest though, like I blinked and missed the Lucasfilms logo.
Racer has arrived.
This almost looked like a completely different game.
Welcome to
Yeah, I did not realize what this was until I saw like someone in an actual copy.
Why not take part in a friendly exhibition race?
I mean, either way, I was going to play this.
Yeah, I'm saying regardless of what this ended up being, it had my attention, especially with the kind of the hyper realism we're going to. Like,
Well, the fact that it had burnout crashes was what got me.
Burnout crashes with a little bit of like that realism that Forza tries to give you. Yeah, like this is the right blend of like realism with spooky, we're in outer space type shit. I'm looking for the giant pods with like the electricity going between them, and I don't see it. So I'm like, okay, this is different.
There's the speeder that Luke has, and the Luke bike. This is where I clicked me that it was a Star Wars.
Yeah, right here. I was like, okay, we're in clearly.
But they have like a full story mode, campaign story mode. I'm okay with that.
I feel like I missed an entire conversation while y'all were going. What did y'all say?
Basically, like we both missed the Lucas logo, so like this had my full attention, and then I was like halfway through, I was like, okay, this is a Star Wars game because whatever this is, I'm locked in. But then once you see the speeder that Luke has from like episode 4, you're like, okay, this is a Star Wars game. But like up until then, this was like some serious shit.
Yeah. Pretty much, it's like I was just watching. It's like, oh, it's a space racer where we get burnout crashes. I'm sold. Then I see the Trandoshan, and it's like, oh, it's Star Wars. I don't give a shit. I'm still playing this game.
Well, it is coming out 2026. I don't think they gave us. I thought this had a release date. I apologize. Yep, they're just saying 2026. So
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I apologize. I thought they came out with a release date. It might be because let's see, we're approaching spring. This might wind up being, I'll guess, a summer or winter release. I'm guessing.
We'll definitely know one way or the other at Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, so if it shows up with summer, if we see more at Summer Games Fest, then it's probably gonna want to be it's either gonna be released in the summer or the winter. But I'm with you guys. I want to play it. I want to play it out. I mean, the campaign looks like it's gonna be good. We're probably gonna see a lot of familiar vehicles. Can't knock it. Looking forward to it. Excuse me. So the next couple of trailers we do have are both Legacy of Kain. Again, if you were fortunate enough to play Legacy of Kain, like myself and Joe and Tafara, have you ever played any Legacy of Kain games?
I heard the name. I have not touched it. So I was like, I saw the people going off. I'm like, I get the hype. I just can't contribute to it.
Okay, let me just put it this way: Shakespeare, but with vampires.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Pretty much. That's the best way I can sum that up. We're going to start with the first game. This was announced at the State of Play, so we are getting a remastered Legacy of Kain Defiance, and here's the trailer.
The final game of Legacy of Kain for the moment.
Scion of balance, savior of Nosgoth.
All right, so that was the trailer for Defiance Legacy of Kain Remastered. Will be available March 3rd, so not too far off from now. And of course, he was right. Joe did it in 2017. Okay. So like Joe was saying, Defiance, you get to play as Kain or Azrael from Soul Reaver. Again, Joe, what else can we say about this game that you remember about Defiance?
This is the finale for the series because the game just kind of faded into existence for whatever reason. For whatever reason, this was not the trailer that was shown on the PlayStation Direct. We got told there's going to be more costumes. The playable demo of the unreleased sequel, Legacy of Kain: Dark Alliance. So there's that. We also get a webcomic, which, from what I remember, was not that great and tried to fill in gaps that didn't need to be filled. Kind of like this other game that's getting brought up.
Yep,
It's only on PS5. Yes.
Yep, it's only on PS5. But what are you saying, Joe?
So we get new costumes. We get a demo of a game unreleased sequel. I really do hope this drums up more love because we've essentially gotten every single Legacy of Kain remake at this point. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we gotten Blood Omen 2.
We did.
But we've gotten all the other Legacy of Kains now remastered at this point. I know they just did Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remaster, and Legacy of Kain 1 has probably lost time because that's an isometric RPG.
Yep.
But all the Soul Reaver games have been remade now at the very least.
Yep. And as Joe was saying, this does lead to another game that was announced for Legacy of Kain Ascendance. I don't remember this game at all. Joe, do you?
It was not made. This is a brand new thing.
Oh, it was brand new. Okay, so I wasn't crazy.
This is supposed to tell the time period, or maybe it's a different timeline when Raziel got his wings.
Huh.
Because the moment he reveals he's got wings to Kain, that starts off everything in Soul Reaver. So this may be a different timeline.
Let's find out. Let's play a trailer and find out.
moment his wings were revealed, Nosgoth trembled.
Save Victus!
You have done well, Raziel.
You must save yourself.
I have come seeking a favor.
Ascendance isn't granted. It is earned with blood.
Okay, so yep, Joe, you called it. So this is falling when Raziel got his wings. So okay, that makes sense. So that was Legacy of Kain Ascendance, available March 31st. I kind of want to play it and go through with it.
I'll get it because I'm a huge Legacy of Kain fan. This looks like it's the tale of Raziel until the point he was raised and betrayed by Kain.
Yeah.
But I have no idea who the woman is.
Me neither. What did you say, Bama? For you, Diablo 2 got an update. Yeah, it did. They did get an update just recently this week, and the Warlock class was added. You're exactly right. So a lot of people are going back to Diablo 2, which I love to see that. But Tafari, so you've never played Legacy of Kain. What do you think after the first remake and now a new game is coming? Willing to give it a shot?
I think I'll check out a few people that maybe play it, maybe look into the lore a little bit, see how much deep diving I want to do. So this is like a sequel, or this is like a side story?
Well, this one is a prequel, so this is probably the beginning.
So the way you would technically play Ascendance, then Soul Reaver 2, then Defiance.
Right.
If you want the Raziel stuff.
If you want to go in chronological order. So that'd be about right. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. That looks like it's going to be good. The last bit of news we got before we finish the rest of the trailers off and go into our TV reviews and comic book pulls. Tafara pulled this up, and at the same time, I never thought I'd say this about the UK. They now are offering leasing offers on PS5s. Let's be honest, we don't want to get too much into the current news of the world because it's depressing, and same time we want to leave you guys in happy places. But apparently in the UK now, you can lease your PS5 at £9.95 a month. It is a 36-month lease, which means you're going to be paying twice the amount of what the PS5 actually is worth after all said and done. And you can continue with the subscription or exit the plan by returning the console. So you basically do not get to own it as long as you keep paying on it. I'm not going to sit there and say that this whole idea of what they try to say that we're no longer be owning gameware hardware is going to happen, but the fact that overseas across the pond, that now you're leasing PS5s, what does that say, fellas? Hold on to all your stuff now, or should we be concerned?
Kids will be getting bullied in the next 10 to 15 years for like owning things in full price. And it's like, what? You didn't do the 30-month payment plan? Are your parents poor?
I'm just, as a person that does numbers, I'm just like, 36-month lease at nine, almost £10 per month in British dollars. So £10 per month. I'm like, you would have paid the cost of the PS5 4 times over before year 2. I'm sorry. If it ever gets to a point to where you start leasing a device that you cannot own, I don't need to own it, or I'll just stick to Steam because I can't bring myself. I'm sorry, I can't bring myself to do that. I understand people want a game. There's many ways to do it. Leasing to me ain't one of them. But good luck, UK, because Jesus. Joey, anything you want to add to that?
I mean, we rented consoles for the weekend from Blockbuster when we were little. How should this be any different?
Did they rent a console?
They did, but I never did it.
Oh, yeah.
I never did it. I'm like, because Blockbuster did it, and who else? Two companies did it. Blockbuster was one. I want to say Family Video was 2. I want to say Family Video was the second one. But yeah, you could rent consoles for the week. Or as Bama said, from errands, which you're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong. But yeah, that just I'm sorry, I cannot bring myself to do that. Because even my dad said we're in Blockbuster, and I begged him. Oh, thank you. That's the one I was thinking of, Bama Movie Gallery. Thank you. I couldn't bring myself. And don't get me wrong, it was what was it, Joe? Like $20 for 3 days, or was it 20 or 30 for the system rental? Or you remember?
I think it was like 20 or 30.
Yeah, I mean, back then 20 or 30 wasn't bad to rent a system for 3 days, but I never could convince my old man to do it. He just was not going for it. But that's neither here nor there. That being said, we are going to go back onto the trailers. Marvel Tokton Fighting Souls did give us new characters and a new trailer. So if you were a fan of the fighting game, and like me and Tafari and Joe got to play the beta, get ready to get an announcement of new characters.
Joe found his main.
So many Storm mains in that beta. Jesus.
The air trembles. Mother Earth herself senses the coming battle. The world may hate us, we still have to save it. A true team is unbreakable! You cannot stand against the storm. Feel the power of Mother Earth.
Let me at them, Storm. Limbo is waiting, and I'm starving for your soul! Time to end this.
I've got this one. I'll show you how the X-Men get it done. You're cooked, Bob.
Initiating attack. I am all that remains of Shi'ar technology. Prepare to be disassembled. Surrender to avoid further danger.
Let's finish this.
We are stronger together!
All right, so that was the trailer for Marvel Tokton Fighting Souls, as we did see the Unbreakable X-Men, that you did see several new characters, including one I'm going to immediately throw it to because he is a Magic fan. Joe, thoughts?
I'm going to play the shit out of her.
I kind of figured you would.
I mean, at least that gives me 2 characters right off the bat for my team. We still got 9 more characters that are going to show. Also, I love that Danger is just one big anime reference because she's got Gundam X's Butterfly Super and the Gurren Lagann drill.
Yeah. So, I mean, between her, Danger, Wolverine, and Magic, which are now being added to the already growing roster of Fighting Souls, we actually did get a release date, fellas. August 6th of this year. Pre-orders do start on February 19th for PS5 and PC. So again, I know I played it. Tafara played it. Joe has played it on the betas that came out.
I have not played it.
I'm sorry, my bad. Me and Tafara played it. My bad.
I really do like that they are called the Unbreakable X-Men and that there is an in-canon reason why the staples that are usually in the fighting games are not in it. If you actually go to the website, they tell you what the canon reason why Cyclops and Colossus and some of the other X-Men that are usually in the fighting games are not in this.
Gotcha. Okay. Tafara, what do you think? Because I know you played it, so with new
I was curious as to what the name was behind, or if that was a run they were referencing.
But I guarantee you it'll get a book the closer to release.
So is this something completely new then?
This is a completely new team.
Okay, because then I was like, who the hell is Danger? And I was like, okay, is this the Danger Room like
No.
personified?
Danger is something that came out during the Grant Morrison run of X-Men, I want to say, but I'm probably wrong on the era, but Danger has been a thing for a while.
Okay, I figured she was around, but I'm like, so is that like the Danger Room coming to life through Shi'ar tech?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, hey, new face, who this? My knowledge is being tested here.
I mean, in this game in particular, as I said, she is a walking anime reference factory. Because, like I said, her two big supers are from Gundam X, or not Gundam X, Turn A Gundam and Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. Now, we will say this. If you do pre-order, of course, the Ultimate Edition, you do get year 1 characters and stage passes. You get 5 character costumes. Howard the Duck as an avatar or Cosmo as an avatar. You do get the chromatic color unlock and pre-order bonuses if you do pre-order. So, again, August is going to be a fun little time to play games.
We still got 9 more characters.
Yeah, still got 9 more characters to be released. So, it's going to be a fun time because, again, Marvel Tokton, when me and Safari played it, it was fun. I am just hoping they fix the times you can play as well as the mapping. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they got that together. What'd you say, Bama? Please make Jeff to a playable character, at least make him assist. He'll probably be an attack for Kate Bishop or Gwenpool. Maybe. Depends on who the next characters are. But moving right along, we got about a couple more trailers to go before we go into our television anime reviews. This also was seen at State of Play. We are getting a new Silent Hill. So I know Lainey right now, Geek by Heart, as she's kind of at a pausing point playing Silent Hill F. This Silent Hill is called Silent Hill Townfall. And I'm going to be honest, I think I want to play this one. Here's the trailer.
Simon, listen to me. You can't stay in this room forever. I can't stay in this room forever. I know this is going to be hard. But you have to come back to me. Come back to me, Simon.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different. I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
You can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
All right, so that was the trailer for Silent Hill Townfall. That'll be coming out this year on PS5, Steam, and Epic Store. What do you say, Bama? Black and a Silent Hill, okay? Black man Silent Hill. And bruh, man, don't. I'm gonna be honest. If you've never played Silent Hill is definitely one of those games that is just. It is a fracture. It is visually horrifying. Not really graphically horrifying, but it's just the sounds, visuals. If you play this in the dark, you're a brave person. I'm not judging, but like I said, I'm curious to see what this was going to be about. I still actually have Silent Hill F. Haven't finished playing. Haven't even started playing that yet. But I definitely want to give this a shot. But Tafari, what do you think?
That's what got me was like, I was like, oh, Black MC in a horror game? And it's like Silent Hill. I'm like, how though? And then when he wakes up, he's like, I was in the water again. I'm like, this has happened to you multiple times?
Yeah.
Brother man, explain. Like what's going on in our life? How did we end up in this predicament?
Yeah, trying to go back and this reminds me to go back and go play Deathloop. Deathloop was actually fun too, by the way, Bama. But yeah, this draws me in because again, with Silent Hill, it's very narrative driven. It's very, like I said, it pulls you in if you're brave enough. Because again, also the one thing I had to go back and make sure, I think this is the first Silent Hill that's in first person. Because I think every other Silent Hill game has been third person. So the fact that you're seeing this from a first person standpoint, I was like, okay, this is different, but I still want to give it a shot. So let us know what you think. Lainey, if you're still watching, let us know what you think about Silent Hill Townfall. This is going to be another one of those you're going to wind up playing because I definitely know I am. And Bama says, I started Reloaded. Yes, definitely pick up Reloaded.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get started on that, but damn, my life has been busy putting shit in boxes. So
yeah,
thank you, Bama. And please, if you like it, leave a review because that crowd has definitely shown up in the last couple of days.
Yeah, they're trying to bomb the mess out of that game they're trying to negative review bomb that game for no reason.
I found out it's mainly one guy. It is the greasy haired person that we shall not name, but apparently he is just a damn tyrant. To where like multiple dev teams know who he is, and it's just like, well, here he comes.
Damn. Well, either way, if you can get Reloaded's what about 30? Was it $15 Tafari or 30?
I want to say it's I think 15 because I was waiting on the price to get posted before I made my video. And it didn't drop until like long after, so I kind of felt bad. So if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get it free. If you don't, it is. Let me see. No, because it's signed into my profile, and I believe it's on sale on Steam right now.
Okay.
$14.99 if you want to buy it on Xbox. Steam, you can get it for $13.50, or you can get the bonus edition with the soundtrack for $16.
Nice. So again,
Epic Game Store as well, because apparently that's its own separate thing.
Yeah, I definitely know I'm purchasing it because Reloaded is one of those games, much like South of Midnight, definitely does deserve our support. And Bama, you gotta be a Game Pass. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, if you got Ultimate, man, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely play it. Like I said, give positive reviews. The one thing we don't do on GetBit is negative review bombing. I mean, if we don't like it, we're not quote unquote experts. We're not the end all be all. If we don't like, just because we don't like something doesn't mean someone else won't enjoy it. But we're not going to negative review bomb something because we're not incels. So that being said, we are going to move on to the next trailer. Like Joe mentioned it earlier in the show, Castlevania did give us another game, Castlevania Belmont's Curse. It's a little bit different as far as how they're approaching it, but I dig it. If you haven't seen it, here's the trailer.
In the name of His Most Royal Majesty, by the grace of God, the King of France. So now, we appeal to you, Trevor Belmont, last of House Belmont.
All right, so that was the trailer for Castlevania Belmont's Curse, as you see coming out this year for the PS5. It seems a little bit different because, you know, like most Castlevanias, I know for a lot of us, I know the last Castlevania game I played was Lords of Shadow 2, and that was a little bit different, but still fun to play. This one is kind of going back to the original roots. Again, I'm not mad about a side scroller. I am not. I mean, it's first and foremost, there's no such thing as an ugly Castlevania game. There is no such thing as an ugly one. So, I mean, visually it looks great. Looks like it's gonna be fun to play. Bosses, if they stick to form, got challenges, but you can beat them. But yeah, I know I'm looking forward to this. I'm pretty much sold on it when it does come out on PS5. But Tafari, Joe, what do you guys think?
Again, not the biggest Castlevania guy. I still kind of want to get through the shows right now. But I'll be honest, the side scrollers kind of came in heavy this state of play, but none of them look boring. So I feel like if you're a Castlevania person,
Yeah.
I feel like this will be interesting enough to you. The cutscenes at least don't look half-assed, so it's appreciated.
I mean, yeah, it just looks really good. Joe, what say you?
I mean, no, same with Tafari. I'm not a big Castlevania person, but I will more than likely give this one a try.
Fair enough. Well, like we said before, it's coming out this year. Because we are kind of in the spring area, this might look like a summer or winter release. We don't know. PS5 will probably come on to Xbox at some point. Yeah, maybe. Wouldn't be against it because the deal that they do have, it could wind up being on Xbox eventually. But I just know for PS5 right now, like I said, like we talked about this entire time with this state of play, it's been a solid one. I mean, a lot of titles that came out that really we did not expect them to do this well. But again, it was a solid state of play. So the next last trailer that we do got, again, this is kind of a follow-up to a game that already exists out there. This one is called Kena Scars of Cosmora. If you haven't seen the trailer, I'll just shut up because it really...
Peggy 12.
I'm sorry?
I sense suffering here, Spirit. Do you need help?
A spirit guide? It's been a long time since we've had one of your kind in Cosmora. I'm glad you're here. That temple has been sealed as long as I can remember. Dangerous corruption was locked inside, along with the secrets of a forgotten practice. Spirit guides here once used alchemy to cleanse corruption. Maybe you can do the same.
Fear will bind you, gripping to the present, which must always pass. Regret will bind you, longing for the past you cannot change. Love will bind you, yearning for a future you will not see. Unbound, may you depart in peace.
All right, so that was a trailer for Kenya Scars of Cosmora that will be coming out this year for PS5, Steam, and Epic Store. Now, for all those that don't remember, the first game, Kenya Bridge of Spirits, if I've got that right, that came out, let's see, 2026, 2021. That came out 5 years ago. Now, I remember playing that one. It's kind of been a while, but kind of played the same way. A little bit more like God of War, a little bit of Zelda, a little bit of Castlevania, I would say. But I know I'm playing this. This looks fun as all get out. Visually, it's freaking beautiful. But yeah, I'm hooked. What say you, Tafara and Joe?
I mean, I was like getting a little bit of Zelda / Horizon, like your typical adventure formula. I didn't know this was a sequel.
Well, it's I gotta put this. It's not
or part of a franchise. I didn't realize there was more than one of these.
Yeah, the first one was Bridge of Spirits that came out 5 years ago, but I guess I won't say it's a continuation because this is a whole different story from the first one. But yeah, it's continuing the series. But yeah, it definitely looks fun. Joe, what about you? You're muted, Joe.
Microphone.
It looks fine. I never played the first one. I heard it was okay. I'm assuming this will probably continue the trend.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I played the first one. It was fun. That's why I was like that. It kept on bugging me during the state of play. Like, I know this game, and yet I can't place it anywhere, which is freaking bothering me. But I digress. But like I said, comes out this year again because we're in spring. Might be a summer release, might be a winter release. We really don't know at this point. But last trailer that we do got, guys, from the state of play before we move on to television anime reviews. Nobody saw this coming. And by nobody, I mean we really did not see this game coming. But now that it's coming out, I'm not gonna lie. I know people want to play it. I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna do it. What I'm talking about, guys, is we are getting a John Wick game. And here's the trailer.
A man with your skill set must be able to move unconstrained, unrestricted. He must be versatile, capable, adaptable. He must be grounded, stable, constant. I believe you are ready, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the trailer for John Wick. It is a wish list, as Kira has already beaten us to the point. Rage Daddy, I get to play Rage Daddy. Yeah, man, but we talked about God of War's trilogy remake early in the show, man. But yes, John Wick, we are getting that game. We have next to nothing in information about this. We do know that it's in development. We don't know where it's going to be starting or where we're picking up because, again, we have 5 movies to go after. So we don't know where it could be. It could be, I want the intro. I need the intro to John Wick. John Wick is a man of focus. If I don't get that intro, number one, I'm gonna be annoyed. At the same time, I hope we do get the bar scene where he did kill 3 men with a pencil. But outside of that, fellas, what more can we say about this? Because it's going to be interesting to see what they do, how this ties in with the world as it is, with the world of John Wick as it is. There's a lot they can go after, but either way, I'm sold. But what say y'all?
I'm curious to see what they do with it. For right now, it's looking like Sifu, but with guns, which not a bad way to go about it. I'm curious to see if this is going to be its own story, if this ties into the film, if this is just one of the many side quests of John Wick.
Actually, I got it. It said that this game will feature an original script set in the John Wick timeline. It does not say where in the John Wick timeline this occurs, but it's an original story.
Okay.
So it is going to include original familiar characters that we already know. So unfortunately, I know Lance Riddick's character is probably gonna get played by somebody else, but rest in power. Dang. But we know old boy is gonna come back as Winston, and we know, I don't know, outside of Winston, outside of what's his face playing Marvin, outside of, well, there's a few characters that could come back, but it's gonna be interesting to see where the story is gonna pick up. But Joe, any thoughts on it?
I want to see gameplay trailers before I judge anything.
Fair enough. And that's going to be the next thing, because with John Wick, it's going to be gameplay. I would like to think that maybe it's going to follow because now my mind's thinking either Dead to Rights or Rise to Power, or what was some other free flowing fighting games?
50 Cent Bullets to Sand.
Yeah, that was another one. I'm curious to see how they're going to do that, because that's the thing, because I think between all of us, we all like John Wick. So
yeah,
I don't think we're not going to find too many people are not going to be like, we want this to be similar to the movie. So I will put it like that. Just maybe maybe they'll do it justice. Like I said, it's right now, it's in development. When more news comes out, when more news or trailers or even gameplay comes out, we'll let everybody know. But for now, like Kira said, we're getting Rage Daddy. But that's pretty much trailers that we did have for the State of Play. Now, again, guys, there were many other trailers that were played. They did talk about Dead or Alive getting a new update. They talked about Crimson Moon, Beast of Reincarnation. They did talk about
7.
Yeah, sorry, say it again, Joe.
Dead or Alive 7 officially got announced.
Yeah, they talked about Dead or Alive 7 getting officially announced. Death Stranding 2 coming to PC. Ghost of Yotai Legends being released on March the 10th. They talked about 4 Loop. They talked about Pragmata. Oh, sorry, Pragmata does have a dim out for it right now. If you did want to play it on a PS5. Beast of Reincarnation comes out this August of this year. And yeah, outside of that, I think there was, and I'm sorry, and 007's First Light does come out May 27th of this year. So, and of course, the Yako Shinobi Ops will come out 2027. It's like Tenchu, if Tenchu had 4 friends. But like I said, the state of play for what it was, guys, it was definitely, I think we all can agree that it was actually better than the last one. But Yeah, a lot of games that we are looking forward to, as Bama says, another DOA game or Jiggle Fighters. Sir, it's physics. It's physics.
Yeah,
But
we know what we're signing up for. Like,
yeah, we know we're signed up for with a Dead or Alive game. But with that being said, we are going to move on to television and anime reviews. So Tafara, I'll start with you, sir. Any updates you have for this week?
not a whole lot. Vigilantes has apparently just taken Prince and is now made him canon in the My Hero world. So we'll find out more about that next week. Getting to see more of Aizawa apparently before he became a teacher and present Mike in their first year as a teacher. Mm-hmm. Also finding out that the My Hero world has laws on what superheroes can wear or how little they are allowed to wear because Miss Midnight was just doing too damn much, apparently, in her youth. But yeah, apparently Prince is her hero agency leader, so we'll find out more about that.
What's his superhero power, and why is he called Purple Rain?
That's what I'm waiting to see next week. The fact's like the Purple Prince, so I'm just like, I feel like he would have approved this if he was alive. I feel like he would have been okay with it, because they also drew him like a JoJo's character at the same time.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that.
Yeah, so Prince is a My Hero power user, but at the same time looking like a JoJo's potential stand user. Fire Force is great. Finding out that Ogun's ancestors actually were Caribbean ship captains who escorted people during the last cataclysm, including the current religious leader of this entire country, basically. And then the fact that they gave him the stereotypical Caribbean Jamaican air horns while the reggae music played was just funny. And I know the lieutenant has powers, but his powers are literally bullets. Everyone else has these training arcs, and he's just like, I'm just going to get a bigger gun, and we'll see if that works this time. So getting down to the wire, I think we just met Excalibur from Soul Eater this episode.
Yeah.
Or the inspiration for him, at least. So
close to it.
We're winding down. The show's getting good. Getting through Haikyuu season 4, great stuff. Some of my least favorite characters are starting to grow on me finally. Spring tournaments going on. People getting love interests. It's an interesting mix out here. But that is about it for my shows. I am waiting on pretty much everything Prime has coming out in like the next 2 months.
Gotcha. Joe, what say you?
I'll let you go first because I'm sure some of our stuff intersects.
All right. I was going to say not a lot from me on the television and anime side of things. Just to kind of reiterate what Tafara said. Fire Force was great. Togen Anarchy was great. Apothecary Diaries, I've made it to episode 4. Good freaking grief. Still watching it, though. It's one of those things that keeps you watching. Keeping up with Dead Account, Cinecipia Hero was great. Samurai Troopers was good. Hell's Paradise, if you have not seen it, highly recommend that you do. Tower of God on Crunchyroll, I started watching that. That's been good. But yeah, as far as other animes go, that's pretty much what I've been keeping up with. Got to watch Starfleet Academy this week. They went straight for the soul on episode number 6. Paul Giamatti's character, that was definitely written for that guy. But yeah, that's pretty much my reviews in a nutshell for this week. But go ahead, Joe.
Starfleet Academy, fantastic. Tojima wants to be a common writer. The Hammers of Justice are unisex. You don't care.
Man. Jesus, that was equal opportunity, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, the Hammers of Justice are unisex. What else? Standard Common Rider Zets. Mission failed. We get to see the two new writers. One's just a giant meathead, and the other one is old friend of somebody else. So those two are going to be fun. We got Pain and Panic, or Shock and Panic. That's what they are. They are shock. Their abilities are Shock and Panic. Other than that, the not licensed to be a hero, sentenced to be a hero just continues to get better and better. Like that show is like legit one of the best things out right now. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I don't get to watch a whole lot at the moment just because schedule is super busy. Oh yeah. Excuse me. All right, Gozuger ended, meaning Super Sentai is now put to sleep for the next 10 years.
Damn. Well, that's good to know. So, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and move into comic pulls of the week. But before we do get into comic pulls, we do always want to shout out to Rick's Comic City, Nashville's #1 place to go to for comic books. 2 locations, Nashville and Clarksville, Tennessee. Also, their website at rickscomiccity.com. Trust me, you will not be disappointed there. Every time I have went there, it has been a fun time. I have been able to get help. People, the staff there, extremely freaking helpful. Love kids, by the way. And like I said, just a good time to be there. So definitely, if you are in the Nashville, Tennessee area, definitely check out rickscomiccity.com. If you're not in the Middle Tennessee area, guys, please support your local comic book stores, support your local libraries, support your indie artists, whether they are writers, storytellers, drawers, artists. Please support them. They need us more than ever these days. So, with that being said, Joe, I do see that you do have your comic books up, sir. So, whenever you're ready.
We got DCKO number 4 first up. This is written by Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, art by Javier Fernandez and Zermetico, colors by Alejandro Sanchez. The Absolute Superman Trinity goes up against the Remainders, which I believe are, and someone swaps sides. If you want to guess who it is, it's the most obvious choice out of Lex Luthor, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Joker. I'm not even going to try and make you guess who that is. It's so obvious out of that lineup. Batman finds his way back in because Night Fight happened. We get a clear winner for the tournament. It is not entirely unexpected, but also unexpected at the same time.
True.
Solid read. I really enjoyed it.
Yep, I'd say the same thing. The twist, we're not going to spoil the twist. Bama, you'll have to read it, but the twist was definitely there. I did like how they did tie it up to where we are going to get to the quintessential end. But yeah, overall, good issue.
We got Green Lantern Corps number 13. This is written by Morgan Anton, art by Juan Jose Rep, and colors by R.F. Perminko, Ian Herring, and João Canola, Chris Sotomayor. God, there's a lot of colorists on this thing. Matt Herms and Hi-Fi. Fatality and Eric begin their invasion of Oa, and pretty much midway through, Fatality is like, this isn't going to give me back Zheng Shi. She decides to become a Indigo Lantern, and they defeat Enric. And then John Stewart goes back to his apartment with the newly freed new Kametu. It's like, okay, we clearly need to talk because you said some stuff, and I guess we need to reevaluate our relationship.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And it ends with Guy Gardner waking up, and all the emotional entities of the emotional spectrum showed up to him as babies.
Yeah, that's why I kind of felt like this issue was more of a hurry up to get this guy out the way to actually go into the next arc. But yeah, they're gonna have to explain that. They're going to have to explain that last page with Guy Gardner apparently playing babysitter.
Well, they literally say in the little caption thing, find out next issue why they're all babies.
Yeah.
Solid book. Green Lantern continues to be fun. I do prefer this one to the other one when it's not a more collaborative book. But all Green Lantern books are good at this point again. We haven't had that in quite a while.
That's true. Can't argue that.
Absolute Wonder Woman Annual #1. This is written by Kelly Thompson, art by Mattia de Illis, and colors. Well, I guess it's just there is no colorist; it's just the artist. Wonder Woman goes and gives up all her powers to go and cure Medusa.
Pretty much.
No, that's pretty much the story.
Yeah. That's really pretty much it. Although, shout out to Stephanie Williams, the writer behind Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman number 29. Wow, I'm sorry, I completely blanked out. Shout out to her for her to be writing that issue. It was a very wonderful issue. Got to actually meet her on Blurred's Eye View this past Thursday. So if you haven't picked up that issue, please do and support her, because we need to actually have more writers like her out there in these stories. So
she's the one that's writing the book after the Mouse Man arc?
Yes.
Okay. Moving over to Marvel, we get more brand new X-Men books. This is a Cyclops book, which we actually don't get a lot of solo Cyclops titles.
Right.
This is written by Alex Pactinel, colors by Rogue Antonio, and colors by First Fuentes Sojo. Cyclops is called back to his old orphanage because they are demoing it, and meets the lady who just like, I am so sorry. I was such a horrible. I don't know what you call somebody who runs an orphanage.
Matron, I guess.
There's a name for it, and I am blanking on it right now.
Right.
I don't know. It's like, I did not treat you and your brother well. I am so sorry. I purposely tried to break you, and Cyclops like, well, you didn't. It was good seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
Talks to Alex. Alex is pissed that he didn't let us. Like, I would have come if you told me.
Right.
Meanwhile, one of the Hellfire Club people that makes the Ravengers is making new Ravengers, and they shoot down Cyclops' jet, and they call it in as like, so we crashed a Quinjet, and the guy is like, oh, you idiots! You made it it's so much worse than the Avengers, because Cyclops' visor is shattered, so that means giant optic blast.
Yep.
And he's like, you made Cyclops crash. We're all so bummed.
Very much.
This is so much worse.
Way worse, but it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna keep up with this one because I noticed it's more along the lines of the Shadows of Tomorrow line.
The Shadows of Tomorrow lines thus far have been really solid books.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious to see what they do with this one.
I just like that I forget what his name is. Pierce. It's Pierce.
Yeah.
Pierce looks at his new Ravengers like, oh, it's so much worse than what you thought it was.
You keyword.
Like, I've seen those red guys before. It is so much worse than the Avengers.
It's like you shot him down. It's like of all the people, you shot him down. Damn.
Deadpool #1, because Deadpool gets a new ongoing. Written by Benjamin Percy, art by Jeff Shaw, and colors by Alex Sinclair. Deadpool's in the please hurt me mode.
Very much.
Everyone is just like, are you okay? That is literally just what the book is.
But there is it took me a second, like, this doesn't usually read like his usual. I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah. Solid book for Deadpool. I'm not a big Deadpool reader. I like when he's in other stuff, so we'll check it every now and then, maybe. Fall of Ultraman.
Not good.
Fall of Ultraman #1. This is written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Kroom, art by David Tinto, colors by Rachel Rosenberg. This, I want to say, is the finale for the Ultraman saga in Marvel. Pretty much Dan Moriboshi and Shin Hayata start get done with their last mission and fall into a new one where one of their own come from the future and was like, here's what's going to go down, and we need to get ready for everything.
Right. Solid book, though. I will say that. It was a solid book, too, because I had to kind of go back and reference some things, but it was still a good read.
No, I'm digging it. If this is the finale for the Ultraman saga, so be it, but it's been a solid run no matter what.
Yeah.
Black Cat number 7, written by G. Willow Wilson, art by Gleb Melkinov, and colors by Brian Reber. Mary Jane hires Black Cat to go get back at an old audition tape, which, of course, immediately Black Cat's like, you have a sex tape? And MJ's like, no, it's just a horrible, horrible audition tape when I was young. We just got to get it back. It's like, well, where is it? It's like, it's in a vault in the negative zone for some weird-ass reason. And Felicia's like, well, I owe you one. Let's go do this.
Okay.
And MJ's like, great. By the way, I'm also Venom. MJ's like, sure, whatever. That's fine. Let's just go get this done.
Now, I will say I didn't actually read Black Cat. This didn't really fit my area, but it's not a bad book. It's just not my preference. Will still highly recommend, if you've never read a Black Cat book, to actually give it a shot, see if you like it.
I really enjoyed it because the Black Cat Mary Jane books are always consistently good. So them doing a team up is fantastic. Plus, I just love Felicia giving MJ a hard time about being Venom, considering everyone's history with the symbiote. And even Venom's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. I am trying. So I am really sorry.
Fair. Yeah, it's fair.
And then you get to see Venom become a symbiote submarine. And Felicia's like, did you know you can do this? And MJ's like, shut up, girl. I'm trying to concentrate. She-Hulk number 4, Planet She-Hulk number 4. This is written by Stephanie Phillips with art by Emilio Liso, colors by Fabian Marquez. She-Hulk has to do gladiatorial combat for the right to free her client. Unfortunately, her opponent is her either current or ex-boyfriend, because they never really resolved what the relationship was in the previous She-Hulk book.
It's complicated.
But it turns out he's been mind-wiped at the moment, so he just doesn't know who anybody is and just fights Jen, but Jen fixes stuff with the giant suplex, as you do in most superpowered relationships.
Interesting. Okay.
Solid book. Art's fantastic. I will always advocate for more She-Hulk. Now on to some of the other fun stuff. Transformers number 29. More Autobots versus Decepticons, and Prime does not take kindly to what happened to Trailbreaker and nearly just guts Megatron like right then and there with his axe.
Yeah.
Giant fight. Some of the Decepticons break into the Ark to free free Soundwave. Soundwave just leaves with them.
Devastator.
Yeah, because again, that size differentiating thing, I don't think Devastator. I think Devastator is too big to be in the Ark, but again, I think that's just a nod to the comic book of size inconsistency inside small places involving Devastator.
Very much.
Because the last time we saw Devastator approach the Ark, Devastator was not fitting in the Ark.
I was gonna say he could carry the Ark, but yeah.
Yeah. It's just a big fight issue. Still fantastic though. I love it to death. And then, as someone put it, I think even in the books, like, Mom comes back.
Oh yeah, Alita. We have the Decepticons on the ropes. No, Prime, we need to talk. Now? I'm sorry. Alita gets on my nerves. So
well, this Alita gets on your nerves, but this is still Mom's home, and she is very disappointed in Dad.
I'm like, Alita may be mad at this issue, but still worth reading though.
Oh yeah, no, this is fantastic. It's written by Robert Kirkman, art by Dan Moore because Dan Moore is just a machine, and colors by Sarah Stern. And then G.I. Joe number 18, we just didn't cover this last week because it just wasn't available. The long and short of this is Roadblock has retired. Roadblock just likes to runs a food truck and likes his simple life of making patty melts. Cobra tries to recruit him. Roadblock does not like this.
All the man wanted to do was make burgers.
That's all he wants to do. Like, that's all he wants to do. Just don't give this man a gun that no one should be humanly able to pick up because he'll do it.
I saw the fact, like, you ticked off the guy who literally picked up, didn't that gun come off the rack and he's walking. There's a reason why this man is called Roadblock, but no. So it was a solid issue to introduce Roadblock into the current G.I. Joe Energon verse. Not complaining about it because, again, Roadblock has always been that dude. Very nice until you cross him.
Even in the cartoon where he's just like, can we just hurry this up? I gotta cook.
Pretty much. The man's passion was cooking. As long as you can get in his way, but no, it was still a good read though.
I love this so much.
Again, with Cobra Commander realizing that, Destro forgot a thing about Cobra Commander. He's a little bit paranoid about bugging the place.
Oh, yeah. But he's also a competent Cobra Commander, so he's like, I knew he was going to do this. This is unsurprising.
It's almost like it's almost like he was proud. He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm not even mad at you. I mean, I'm not going to trust you, but I'm not mad at you.
Nah. This is written by Josh Williamson, who I think now is the Grand Slam because he's writing a book for Indie, for Marvel, and for DC at this point.
Gotcha.
Because, yeah, he's also writing the new Iron Man.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
This is called art by Marco Fredera and colors by Lee Lowenridge. And then that's all with the books. There's one other I got in there, but that's for the other show.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you for that. So as we wrap this up, we want to thank everybody for definitely watching us, for liking us, for letting me know this is live. I apologize for Facebook. Apparently, I'm in Facebook jail. So thank everybody for hopping onto YouTube and Instagram. I try to catch people on IG. I'm sorry I didn't have the other window up. So if you did post on there, I apologize. I promise to do a next better job because apparently me in Facebook jail means the shows won't be there on Facebook, but they'll be everywhere else. But with that being said, we are going to go ahead and sign off and shamelessly plug ourselves as best as we can. I start with the man, the myth, the legend, the 1 million view man himself. Congratulations on 1 million views. Safari, well, let people know what you're doing, where you'll be at, sir.
Yeah, thank y'all. I hit 1 million views cumulatively on the main channel, so that is appreciated. Dispatch skit is actually doing very well. I've been breaking it up into shorts every day just to kind of stretch that out, as well as like posting other little funny bits in between. Gaming channel is closing in on 100 subscribers. I just posted the highlights, my state of play reactions. We did a little bit of the Super Monkey Ball Festival for Crossworlds, and then did the highlights of my platinum of the platinum run for Dispatch. So that game is 100%ed, one and done. It was a great run. Starting to mail stuff off to my new address, and hopefully it will be there by the time I get down. Looking to maybe jump in the back of on Battle Brawlers because that seems to be the one everybody responded to the most. Potentially that and a complete rerun of Ashura's Wrath. So far, just I'm gonna get down there. I'll probably do a few test streams just to see what I'm working with internet-wise. Hopefully better now that I'm not out in the sticks. But yeah, that is about it. Literally, we got about to get off stream, and then I got to pack up this camera, this tripod, and my capture card. So it has been real, folks.
All right. Thank you, sir. Another man that's always busy, but always somewhere doing stuff. Joe, want people know what you're doing, where you'll be at, and where you can be found, sir. as you unmute yourself.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And he went right back. There you go.
Did not want to unmute. The question at this point is, do I want to be found? Well, that's a fair statement. What do I got going on? I got laser print next tomorrow. I got to record, put together, and put out, so we can cover this week's comics over on that show with some additional comics. I'm either at work or at my second job over at Middle Tennessee Gaming. Shout out to them. Jeff is always providing a wonderful game space and community. I'm there doing something pretty much all the time, usually pricing cards right now. Streaming wise, we're not doing too much streaming at the moment. Over on my Twitch under Joe Italian last name. I think this week I'm doing something with Shadow for Toku Tuesday. He just needs to get back to me on that because we got to set up a day for that, because Tuesday was the original day, but I got to help out at this massive Beyblade tournament because Beyblades are huge in Nashville now for some reason.
Oh, yeah, they're making a comeback.
Apparently so. We got like 30 people coming for something called an Inazuma tournament.
Nice.
Jeff gave me some Beyblades, like, hey, we need you to help fill in numbers. Like, what do I do? It's like you put them on the thing and you pull the cord and you say, let it rip. Unless you're these kids, then you say 3, 2, 1, go shoot. I'm Japanese, part Japanese. Spinning metal tops should be inherent in my blood, so I'll give it a shot. Look, I don't know. I'm just doing this to help out the store. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not talented enough to do skits on there, plus on social media, mostly because I don't know how to editing, and I'm too lazy to do the editing even if I did know. So there's that. Go ahead. That's all I got.
All right. Before I do get to myself, oh boy, before I do get to myself, still with a shameless plugging, because we always do that here. So let me make sure you get the window up before I actually start talking. So I do want to start with BlurStation.com. Why BlurStation.com? Well, multiple reasons. If you are going to BlurCon this March 6th through the 8th, I believe, and if you do want to advertise on BlurCon, then BlurStation can definitely help you with that. Simply put, go to BlurStation.com, hit the live stream there, and as you scroll down, you'll see that we have 4 tiers of advertising. Choose which one that actually prefers you the best, and you'll be able to have your products, your show, your idea, basically whatever you want to actually show, be shown on the BlurStation live stream at BlurCon. Also, if BlurCon is also a streaming service as well, guys. Movies, television shows, you name it, they got it. $10.99 a month to stream BlurStation, and BlurStation can be streamed on all smart devices. Definitely check them out. You will not be disappointed. Also, always press record TV, although I don't have it up right now, but APR TV on the Roku app as well as Amazon Fire Stick, because our show can be seen on there as well as YouTube, because again, Facebook jail. I apologize. You can definitely catch us on Facebook at the Get Bit Podcast, the GB Podcast. I'm kind of proud about this. Type in the GB Podcast with the first thing that pops up. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so anytime that we do have something new that pops up, you will be notified and be able to go from there. And we cannot thank you enough for everybody that has subscribed, that has watched, that has shared, that has hung on, that has rode with us. We all want to say from the bottom of our hearts, really, 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 really thank you. Outside of that, check out Blurred's Eye View. Why check out Blurred's Eye View? Because every Tuesday and Thursday, it's a vibe. Tafari and myself, along with Kira and Lady in the comments, along with others, such as Lord of the Culture, Navy Montel, Whoop-de Freaking Do, and of course, the man on the wall, Chris Fury. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we actually just got through interviewing Stephanie Williams this Thursday, who was a delight. But definitely check us out, Blurred's Eye View, also on YouTube as well. Like, share, and subscribe. And you have the ability to subscribe from us directly from that page. For Room Full of Blurs, us here at the Give It Podcast, my other show, How the Frack We Got Here, Navy Montel, Geek by Heart, Show Quo, Lore of the Culture, and the man, the myth, the legend, Tafari TV. You can definitely subscribe to us, all of us, from the Blurred's Eye View page. And speaking of Room Full of Blurs, we definitely want to give her a shout out as she will be hosting her own con at VirtuaCon this February 22nd, 21st to 22nd at virtuoscon.com. We definitely want to give her a shout out. That woman does definitely put in the work, and this is her first of 2 panels. So definitely want to give her all her flowers and roses. She really does put in the work, not only in the fact of podcasting, voice acting, story writing, award shows. I can keep going on, but it's a CVS receipt. Just know the woman puts in work. But definitely, we definitely want to say congratulations to her having her panel. Check her out at VirtuousCon, as well as Room Full of Blurs every Sunday, along with Navy Montel at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that, Kira. Also for myself, guys, my own personal Black_Spartan615 can be found on the socials. I usually talk with everybody. Just don't make it weird. I don't want to get to the point of blocking people. We are back on streaming. Why? Because tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and your boy is going to be offline because I do want to give my Valentine all the attention that she deserves. So tonight we are getting back on Resident Evil 4 streaming because, like I said, we're going to finish Resident Evil 4 before Resident Evil 9 comes out because we will be catching that as well as Omnimusha Way of the Sword and other games that are also coming out this year. We will be streaming on Twitch and on YouTube under both Black_Spartan. So definitely check me out an hour from now. I will definitely be back on to see where we are in the game. Also, again, guys, I say this to guys, especially guys, please go to the doctor, get checked out, go into the gym. I should know. I work out like a madman. Going out to the gym is fun, but please go to the doctor. Please get checked out because you never know. At the same time, protect your mental. Your mental is just as vital as your body. There are services and people out there that you can talk to. So if you are feeling some type of way, you just need some help, or just having a tough time, please reach out before that last resort. At the same time, guys, check on your people. Call or text. They're happy to hear from you. Get off the doom scrolling. The world is going to be fine. Just make sure you're taking care of you. That being said, the rules still do apply, guys. Respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. It's not that freaking hard because cosplay is for everyone. It's just that freaking simple. Rule number 2, hygiene is important. I should know I am getting over a cold. I don't like getting colds. Colds affect my voice. And I don't like sounding like an 80-year-old smoker or like I've hit reverse puberty. If I ever find out the person that got me sick, you get in hands. Clean clothes, wash hair, brush teeth. It's not that freaking hard. Just be clean. A lot of us will thank you for it. And the final rule that I have for myself, that I have for everybody else, guys, be nice, be kind, talk and share, discuss, invite, encourage your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and you won't get jumped. With that being said, guys, we will hopefully be back here next Friday, Sam Get Bit Time, Sam Get Bit channel with news of the week. And like we said, it's the weekend. I understand people want to relax and whatnot. Be smart about your decisions. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. If it's not worth it, go home. And also, happy early Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day to those that celebrate it. If you don't celebrate it, have a nice meal or a nice drink. It's up to you. But with that being said, before we call it a night, fellas, any last words?
I heard that Goat movie is actually really good. If y'all want to go do something this weekend, apparently it is fun for the whole family. The underbelly of Zootopia, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, Reloaded is out. If you can, please go play it, buy it, support it, leave a review. They would really appreciate it. Other than that, that's about it for me. Everybody stay safe this weekend.
Joe? I think Joe is frozen. Oh, there he goes. Any last words, Joe?
Just be good. Don't come visit me.
Yeah, please don't visit Joe at his work. Well, with that being said, guys, again, enjoy your weekend. Have a happy Valentine's Day, single day if you're single. No judgment. But again, have some fun. I've been Spartan. He's been Show Guy Joe. He's been Spartan TV. This has been the Give It Podcast, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I promise we'll get through this. Live long and prosper, guys. We are out. Peace.